They brought actual brains to the House and Senate, and they're like, showing senators brains, which is cool. Because they're deciding how much funding to give for brain research. So Northwest Niagara did that, but their primary purpose is actually just to do general outreach. Students will volunteer with Northwest Niagara, learn how to do science education, and they'll go to area schools to Portland Public and have kids do activities kind of like the neurons, but the kid version. They'll have them look at brains. They have buckets of human and rat and sheep brains, little brains for folks. And it's a really cool organization. I think somebody in here saw the Neuroscience Club, which is a related club, on campus at the party in the park last week. Was that somebody here? Was that you that saw? You had a brain, that's right. So there was a brain in the park blocks. Well, there were lots of brains in the park blocks, but not usually out of the skull. So they were out of the skull, and you got the whole one.
Yeah, it was just like their activities.
So that's another opportunity. It's called the Neuroscience Club, and they have regular meetings where they talk about current events and things. They have invited speakers and panels. So I've worked with both of these groups on campus a few times. They're really cool. They have really neat people doing fun things. Everybody's really excited about brain science. So I highly recommend those. Drag this away. So for my adorable child, the snow. Let's see. So I do want to remind you all about learning experiences. A lot of them don't require that you present in class. They just require that you send me a summary. But some of them do require that you present in class. So do not leave it till the last minute. In fact, don't leave it to the last minute anyway, because a lot of the learning experiences require some time to get started. So reading a book, you might be able to do that real fast, but during finals week, that will be a little bit more of a challenge. And I do want to see a summary of what you read and what you got from it. If you want to participate in a research experiment for credit, that's an option, but you won't be able to do that last minute because spots fill up fast. There are several studies going on around campus. I have 2 going on in my lab. I don't do the testing or interviewing or anything, so there's no bias involved. I won't know who you are. I'll know that you participated because you'll turn in your consent form, but I won't know which participant you are or anything. And there are studies going on in the linguistics department and the psychology department. But there are several other options. A few folks in here are doing art projects that will present. Again, that requires that you think about it ahead of time. So the due date will be ongoing. Talk to me if you have questions or ideas that you're not sure if would work. One in particular is that you can read a research article. It cannot be a popular science article. So it cannot be from a magazine or from an internet source that's not peer-reviewed. And if you're not sure what that means, or if you found something interesting but you're not sure if it qualifies, just email it to me and I'll tell you if it does or not. So go back and take a look at those options for learning experiences and just start planning and thinking about what you want to do. Those will both be due before finals week. I can't accept assignments during finals week besides finals, because that's against PSC policy. Okay, any questions about that? Yes?
So if we're doing the art project options that could be presented as a video, can we just email that to you instead of performing?
You can present it as a video, but you need to present it to the class. That's part of, so art, who in here is like an artist or has done other art projects? Have you? So art's really about communication, right? It's another communication modality. And so part of that is sharing it with everybody. That's why I require that. Yeah.
If you read a research article, is that a 1-2-page summary?
Oh, is it not saying there? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Nothing. Yeah. That requires something.
You need to approve a book that you would read before.
There are lots of great ones out there. If you're not sure if it qualifies, send me the title and I'll let you know.
We were to educate a class on the brain. Would we have to record ourselves in the classroom, or
As an alternative assignment to what's on my list.
yeah, so I could teach pre-K. So
Yeah.
I was thinking doing brain tests with them.
The brain has to be fun for kids. I've seen some great anatomy projects for little kids, like paper bag lungs, that stuff. Yeah, don't take pictures of the kiddos.
Yeah.
Send me an email about that and we can figure something out. Let me think about that.
The book Brain on Fire, My Month of Madness by Susanna Callahan, would that be one that is allowed?
I don't know that one. They read Brain on Fire?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, yeah. What's it, so can you, what was wrong?
She's, they don't necessarily know.
Did they not know?
But, like, literally a short period of time, she just started having these episodes of psychosis, and, like, I do remember that, or, like, types of seizures.
Yeah, no, I do remember that now. Yeah, that would be appropriate. Yeah,
So like reading a study.
if it's a research article. Yeah, so there's been sometimes confusion about that, and it's a really good way to understand information because popular news articles get it wrong, like 80% of the time about science. That's 80% is just, I just made up that number. Much like news articles make up numbers, and also so you just have to make sure it's not in the popular news media. It needs to be in the research article itself. But yeah, that's totally fine. That's another one of those options on there. Any other questions? Yes.
So let me just make sure I'm getting this straight. So if it's an article, it has to be scholarly.
Yes.
But if it's a book, it can.
Yes.
So no pop science, but something like.
Books are pop science, I realize, but they're more in depth.
So things like My Stroke of
They're a little
Insight.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a hierarchy of quality and information, right? Internet being like, or like Facebook memes. Those are just hiding our election. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. So you got Facebook memes. You got like the BuzzFeeds and now have you seen that a bunch of people are like Aetna and Blue Cross Blue Shield are actually creating BuzzFeed articles. So like as advertising that's like sneaky. So that's like down here, and then you've got like all the clickbait stuff that's down here. And you got like mainstream like newspapers that have gone online, and then you've got like mainstream newspapers that are really well respected, like the Washington Post or like Tampa is another really big one. And then up here you have, we could keep doing that. You got books. So books are usually vetted through an editorial process up here. As long as they're not self-published. And then above that, where you have peer-reviewed journal articles. Those journal articles are sent out to reviewers that anonymously review. You don't know who the reviewers are that are reviewing your work. And they read through it, check the science, decide if they're good or bad. That's why they're up here. So you've got books and research articles. And books are definitely below research articles, but they're above like your clickbait, like, we've solved all the world's problems with this research study on chocolate. Like, don't believe those. They're never true. All right, any other questions about this? The purpose of these is so that you can follow your curiosity. I really want to see y'all connect what you're learning in here to things you are interested in on your own. There's a big problem with only following external motivation. Because I need you, the best way to learn is to find your internal motivation for learning. Only relying on external motivators like grades and, recommendation letters, all that kind of stuff won't get you nearly as far. And it's easy to get addicted to that stuff and forget what you want to do. So I want you to go out there and do things that you find interesting. And if you're not sure if something qualifies or if it's fuzzy, just let me know and we'll check it out. I'm open to kind of create your own adventure stuff too. People have had really cool projects in the past. There's a few that are in planning right now that I'm really excited about in here. So I want to see what y'all are thinking about. All right.
One more question.
Yes.
So I can't think of I guess I can think of an example. Like say I chose to do like my own study, which I probably won't do because it would take way too much time. But would I have to set up a time to present that to the entire class, or how does that work?
If you were going to do your own study, talk to me about that. There's rules and regulations around the kinds of studies you can do and where you get data and how you present it that I'd want to talk to you about first.
Okay.
But yeah, for
like I said, I probably won't do that. I was just trying to think of an example.
Of an example.
Are there going to be examples where one of us will get up in front of class and present their...
Usually for the Create Your Own Adventures, people are going to present the art projects that ask that people present. Because it's not meant to be an afterthought, and sometimes people treat the art version as the afterthought, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't think y'all do that, but that's the idea. For the some people that are in a research lab, so some people are going to be talking about their research lab or where they work and what they do related to neuro type stuff. Yeah, send me an email with your idea, and I'll let you know if it's something that you can just turn in or something you should talk about. So it's like 60 of those, for example. You might get a little bit more. Just email it. So it does take some time. All right. Other housekeeping type stuff. I posted this announcement on Friday, I think. October 6th, Friday. What is today? Thursday. It's Thursday. I posted this on Thursday. Next time, we will be spending some quality time really walking through how the 3D structure of a brainstem, the cerebellum, and the basal ganglia, because the basal ganglia is next week right before the exams. And so before you come to class, I've posted a worksheet that is for every individual to complete. When you come to class, there will be an additional component that I'll hand out. So that assignment's been posted since Thursday. So take a look. Did anybody have a chance to read those instructions already and has questions about that? Have questions so far? Yes.
Can we trace?
Yes, you can trace.
Okay, so when you say spinal cord, I'm so like unaware of what you mean by spinal cord. I didn't just like the line where you're talking about the nerve.
No, so that's not spinal cord. Those are the nerves.
Okay.
Just the spine, just the line.
Okay.
The meaty bit that goes inside your vertebrae. That's your spinal cord. I think it's dorsal or ventral view. Which one was it? You can open it up. Dorsal. Oh no, anterior. Yeah. There you go. And I recommended this figure to draw that off of. Yeah, the nerves aren't running. The nerves are, they exit, so you have roots in the spinal cord. But the long tails that go out, those are separate.
So when you have these, like, I recommend basing your drawing off of this figure. Like, we can literally trace that figure and then color code it and label it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Great.
I know it feels like that. I know y'all are asking that to some cheating, but and also why would I trace it when I can just look at the picture? But the act of drawing it, much like y'all, as I was walking around hearing you ask good questions about putting the neurons together, there are things you don't realize about a 3D structure until you interacted with it with your hands in some way. That's how your brain works. So I mean, these activities are based on brain learning science, right? Where if you are learning something that exists in the physical world, you need to physically interact with it in some way in order for your brain to create a mental map. We could go way off base here into cognitive science and root finding. It's sort of like creating a mental map. So if you imagine what it's like when you go somewhere new. Has anybody been to a new city recently that you've never been to, or even a new building? And you walk in and you go, and you're just going by landmarks, left, right, two lefts. But once you get to know a place, you're like a top-down view. Anybody experience that? Like new city, you're like looking at the building in front of you. It's all you got. You might know north and south or east and west, but that's usually like another layer. But after you've been there a while, you know like, oh well, that's around the corner from this, and those two streets run parallel to each other, and that's with physical experience of a place. You can sort of get better at that by looking at a map first, but it's not the same as doing it. And it's the same thing when you're learning anatomy. You need to get a mental representation of that by interacting with it some way. So when you trace it, you're going to be increasing your sort of mental map of the brainstem, the cerebellum, and all, how those structures are connected, okay? Does that make sense? We'll be doing more of that. And I'm trying to track down a bunch of clay right now, so we can build those on Wednesday, based on your drawings. So you have a 3D picture of putting all those things together, all right? We'll be doing those in small teams. Yes?
Did you want
Small teams.
a medial view or a dorsal view of the cerebellum?
Dorsal view. It says it on there. I think all of them say.
On the front page it says medial.
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. think I changed my mind when I was doing it. Yeah, dorsal view. Sorry about that, guys.
For which one?
Go by the instructions that are below, not on this.
Okay, oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I was gonna do medial and I looked at it and realized I think it was too much.
Thanks.
The other thing I posted there, just to remind y'all, I would like y'all to go ahead and find a white or light colored, I should say light colored, close fitting swim cap or close fitting shower cap. I put an example, I just put a link to, I did a white swim cap search on Amazon and 600 options popped up that are like $1 to $7. So if y'all could do that. I mentioned last time the rec center also has a few. Y'all should all, as I also mentioned, you should all go at once. If you don't like your white swim caps, please. And they'll say, what? Why are you all here? I think they're $3 if you buy the cheap ones at the rec center here. The silicone ones are more expensive in case you're allergic to latex, but there are alternatives. Any questions about that? You'll need to bring those to class on October 26th. Okay. Moving right along. Next thing, so you do have an exam coming up. So we're going to have one pop quiz right now. So I'm going to ask you to put your stuff away. I'm sorry. Hey, it wasn't on the neurons, okay? These are not worth a lot of points each, right? And the reason I'm doing this is because if you wait for an exam to see how I ask questions or to see what kinds of things I ask, that's very stressful for a lot of people. It's stressful for me in classes. I prefer not to do test-based assessment in general. I feel like learning assessment doesn't, I don't get what y'all's learning is just from tests. That's a lot of memorizing and turning out, which is what I think is learning. However, for anatomy, there are some basic concepts that you should be able to get through. So what you'll see on this quiz, as I mentioned at the very beginning, is that I asked very fact-based, what is this structure? What is below this other structure? What structure is that? And there'll be multiple choice on this one. On the bigger exam, you'll see a mix of the kinds of questions you'll see on this quiz, and also more interpretation type questions, like asking about the importance of things. I do pull questions and ideas. The bulk of things will focus on what we've talked about in class, but I do pull ideas and questions from your textbooks. So, with that said, I'll go ahead and pass this around. And I want you to just finish it in between 10 and 15 minutes.